left this bot lane, had to find kills on the mid lane.
Let's have a look at the exact number.
It's like, yeah, it was like 18, 19.
Oh,
wait, no.
There was an 8 HP down there. So getting very close.
Oof. Dicing with death there. No, I think if you're Nigma, you're still taking this as a net win, because now your Timbersaw hit level 4, equaling the Void.
I mean, this Void is going to be super farm.
He is, but
also, take a complete free farm here.
But a free farm Void can't really stay in the lane against a Timbersaw with levels, right?
Well, back in the top lane. Nigma Galaxy will be back to finding action with the three of them. It's an attempt for mind control upon him, but he'll have the chain back up in a second. Now with a couple of points in the reactive armor. A little harder for these two to punch him out on the lane and take him down.
And I like the itemization from the Void in this game. He's rushing that Javelin, not doing any of this like Midas meme shenanigans. Oh, I've got a free lane, let's be greedy. You want to have that additional magic damage to each
mind control.
Timbersaw.
He tried to play aggressive with the Chan. Okay, he's got it back up. He'll get away. Also, just to be careful. Time dilation was still on cooldown in the mid. See a move from Ari. That'll set up for them to take out Sumail. Supreme's going to be happy with that one. A nice little kill. We'll continue to push him towards that Midas rush that he's looking for.
Yeah, very reminiscent of game 1. Ari, after top lane, always TPing mid, getting the kills, helping out Supreme a lot. Midas, like you mentioned, on the way. Currently Invoker going for the Exhort build. Guess he's just trying to be as greedy as possible.
Yeah, wants to be able to have that damage to throw down in the chrono.
Exactly. I feel like this, like I mentioned, this post-laning phase damage, this Void, as soon as he uses chrono, it needs to be a big ticket kill into Sunstrike. You kill him off and you delay Nigma's aggression. If you're ever chronoing, not getting a kill, it's just going to amplify the speed in which Nigma wants to play. But no, this is the start to this game is pretty much exactly what you wanted from Into the Breach.
I mean, because I guess in this bottom lane, right, if mind control's sort of sitting around half HP, they could look for a chrono Sunstrike kill.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'd argue that you might look towards pushing out bot lane, TPing into top, killing Windrunner, taking that top safe lane tower, and then playing from there. I think that would be a better kill, because out of all the cores on Nigma, sure, Lycan's passively farming, but this safe lane Windrunner has been supported by a Tiny and a Zeus for the last pretty much 6 or 7 minutes, and is doing pretty healthy on the net worth, about 3k gold, so maybe stunting Miracle's game a little bit could be a pretty decent option. Midas coming out now on Supreme. And there it is, complete.
Nice solid timing here.
Very quick efficiency as well. Look at that, instantly using it, not waiting for the big creep.
Now mind control. It's picking up some safer farm towards the jungle. We'll have Kadara heading over. At this point, mind control shouldn't care too much. And if anything, he's got backup from GH. Unlikely they're going to be having enough damage to burst through the heals of Kadara, so they won't waste their efforts trying for that.
And now if you're Miracle, you need to be a little bit respectful of this Void with the Chrono. If you ever step up too far in this lane, it will just be a disposed back into Void TP, quick Chrono, Sunstrike, you're dead. So I don't think Nigma will be too aggressive near towers. They'll look to play out in the open area, as you see here as they chase down this Enchantress in the jungle.
This time round with no heals at the ready. They will make sure they get the kill on Kadara. See top lane, Miracle. It's going to get aggressive. Sunstrike's going to be attempted on towards Miracle, but it won't latch onto him. And Xibe goes down. Miracle, he'll be able to back away. Ari's going to try and chase.
Oh!
He can't always in with the rebound, but so Miracle, close. He's got the win run back up. Ari wasn't able to find the dispose onto Miracle. Now Ari's going to get chased out the lane himself, but the bait is Sunstrike! Yes! Oh, it works!
You love to see
works there, a little bit of a bait. Miracle trying to go back and getting aggressive on Ari, as low HP as he was. Supreme weren't going to miss that opportunity. Sunstrike at the ready. Back over towards the mid as well. Supreme with the backup of Kadaro, looking to go for Sumail. TPs are coming in. Sunstrike, this time it won't hit. Supreme, incredibly low here, has to back off. Just didn't have the stolen Forge Spirit being used against him there. Down to the helm of Sumail.
There's nothing better than watching a Sunstrike connect. Unfortunately, it doesn't connect on mid as well, but always a good one to see. I think the main thing out of this, I just didn't expect Oteka to be so passive in this bot lane. The fact that he's got pretty decent farm, I thought he'd TP into his top engagement.
Look at this again.
It's nice, stops for a right click. Oh, and dies.
Yeah, I was of course trying to go back for that there. I mean, this sort of mini stun, the shackle might have been enough for Kuro to get him with the combo. So could have gotten that kill if he didn't get caught out by the Sunstrike. But as it was, Supreme more than ready to take the most of that opportunity. 3 kills now for the mid Invoker. A very good start for Supreme.
Yeah, top net worth. Even Void equaling that as well. But again, I want to see this Void get a little bit more involved. I would happily see the Void TP top go for a kill, Viper then go bottom to soak up the damage and also fight this Timbersaw. Viper traditionally is a pretty good matchup to Timbersaw. You also get to push out the waves equally as fast. I feel like Into the Breach, they're a little bit too happy with the farm that they've got right now. They're not really punishing Nigma with the lead that they could be building with the net worth that they have. But still, they're being efficient, they are farming the items, they're not just putting the pressure on. Now Supreme, trying to gank off mind control.
And fast moves from Emit. The cold snap and the time dilation, hard for mind control to go anywhere. They could drop the chrono, make sure they get the guaranteed kill. Supreme, once again, the one to pick it up with the Sunstrike.
Yeah, and Winner is dead too.
Alright, just commit in for the kill, but indeed Miracle loses his life. See if Ari's able to escape from this. He's got the heals, but the arc lightning from GH will take him down. Sumail will pick up a courier, and he will want to look to dive for more for Kadaro. Not the simplest of kills, Kadaro juking around, but they'll trap him in, surround him with the walls, and get the kill. At the same time, though, see over in the mid, Supreme able to pick up another now, up to 6 kills. Here's the mid-invoker. Sunstrike was there and ready.
And now he's TPing top as well. With no Lycanroc, he can go for the kill.
He's got the Ice Wall down, and the damage for the Chaos Meteor is certainly going to hurt Sumail. Sumail held in position. Ari back in action, ready to offer up that extra bit of control once it's needed. Tornado's there. Sumail, he cannot run from this. Disposed from Ari.
Give it to the Viper. Give it to the Viper. Oh.
Yeah, I was going to say, it was almost like they were letting Sumail walk away there. Yeah, absolutely. You use the rebound. You got to kill that, man. You cannot let Sumail get a chance to run.
I feel like if you're in the comms, you're like, please, guys, I'm level 6. My Master's level 7. I need something to go my way. The poorest of the cause. But to be fair, he has been trialing for the best part of the game. They take it. Just having a nice little time bottom. Finally, TP's top.
And look at that as well with the rush of the Maelstrom this game. Nearly 2 minutes faster than the patch fastest on Faceless Void. So just goes to show, of course, how much of a... I mean, that will happen when you get complete free farm, as he did down there. As we saw, poor old Mind Control left on his own to try and deal with that bottom lane. You know, the best he could do was sort of worry about limiting the deaths that he had down there. Wasn't really able to do anything aggressive against the Void on his own.
Yeah, we never got to see that moment where Timbersaw, often in the off lane, you have that level 6 advantage, and then you get to bully out most carries from the lane. You didn't get to see that due to the Ench. So, yeah, Void having the great time. Mask of Madness, soon after this Maelstrom, to be bought up. Double greed, going all for the farm. And with these items, anyone he chronos in the early game, with a Sunstrike on top, they're going to be going down very quickly.
And Kuro has got eyes on this move. He's going to go for the 2-man avalanche. Line up the chakra.
He threw in Supreme, no!
Oh no, Ari! Oh. He just threw Supreme back in there!
Oh no! UK Dota. That's fine, I should add, to be fair. I won't flame UK Dota there, but
I mean, was he sort of just trying to get him away from Kuro, or was he pressed the wrong key, meant to get him out with a speed boost, do you think?
Let's roll it back. Let's double check the replay. Let's have a gander.
Obviously Kuro might. He's probably not going to be able to do this on his own. Maybe with the help of Mind Control, though. Tosses Kadaro over towards him. And we've also got Miracle coming in from the side.
Yeah, they're just like, why are we bothering?
Yeah, sure, they're like, whatever. We'll let you live.
I do love how tanky Enchantress can be so early on. Harry wants his redemption.
They have got Chrono available. As Oteka, he'll use it to lock down Mind Control. See Miracle from the side, got the focus fire at the ready. Mind Control is still alive. They weren't quite able to kill him during the Chronosphere. Jump forward from Ari. There's the redemption. We'll be able to get in, put an end to Mind Control's life. Kuro, Cold Snap, taken out the front of the fight. Sumail's trying to fight this, but he's been caught by the Viper Strike. Oteka's in on top of him with the bashes. Sumail cannot man fight this.
They can't fight at all.
As there we go. 4 dead on Nigma Galaxy into the breach, bringing the team fight. And Ari definitely redeeming himself there.
Yeah.
A good couple of catches from the Marcy to make sure that Nigma Galaxy could not escape.
100%. And even with the Chrono catching his own heroes, so not able to throw in additional damage.
Oh, here we go.
Okay, so it starts with the Avatos. Honestly, it just looks like a cheeky misclick. Because if you rewind it a little bit, the Tiny and Invoker, they were very tough. They were like on top of each other. But yeah, here we throw out the Chrono. And I think the main thing for Into the Breach here, there isn't the ult on Lycan. Miracle can't really get into the fight. And we got to see the value of Entry Windrunner. They was able to dispel the Windrun. And because of the high ground position of Into the Breach, they're just free casting their spells. And Nigma isn't able to get into the middle of the fight. So yeah, a really nice kind of power spike from Into the Breach. in the fact that they're all there, ready, and looking for the engagement. And it helps that they have this early lead in regards to Invoker and Void being so comfortable at this point in the game. Often these heroes, if they don't have good starts, they kind of feel like they're in mode recovery after laning phase. But when you're sitting at the top of the CS or in the net worth, you naturally you get more involved in the fights. You don't feel so bad leaving your lane. Yeah, nice rebuttal from Into the Breach.
They're having an incredibly solid opening against Nigma Galaxy this time round. 13-10. Dead even pretty much on the gold.
Look at Jibe here. He's had a pretty rough game, but he decided I'm going to play for the team, picking up the Vessel, of course, against Windrunner, Lycan, even Timbersaw. Just nice to be able to eat through some of that tankiness that they have. Windrunner, of course, tanky through the Windrunner, not the fact that she has HP. Nigma smoking up. Will they find this poor little old Viper? Who, honestly, I feel like he wouldn't care if he dies to a Lycan or not.
Sumail, yeah, we'll pop the ult to try and chase.
Doesn't want to kill the Ench, so yeah, pivots towards the Viper and top.
Jibe's got backup. I'll take it is here. No chrono for 15 seconds, though. Supreme. I'll make sure that Sumail's not going to have the easiest time of running in on any of the rest of the team. They won't be able to make anything happen with that Lycan ult, and in regards to that, Into the Breach, they'll immediately smoke up and look to fight whilst that ult's down.
The lane's also in a pretty good spot to not give too much information away. Top and mid pushing into this smoke. Honestly, might connect. Sumail farming the small camp.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Popping the drums. As they're leading on him, they're trying to move over Nigma Galaxy to help Sumail out, but there's no saving him here.
Yeah, I just love the way in which Into the Breach is playing around the map together. Just punishing big cooldowns, kiting out. Yeah, really nice just heads up play from them. And it's a difficult game for Lycan in the earlier pickoffs. There isn't this like single hero that when he ults that, okay, I can always kill the Crystal Maiden or the Witch Doctor style hero. He's playing into a Marcy who can jump away, an Ench who has ultimate, so you can't really right click her in the hill, and then Void and Invoker, both in their own right, have these disengaging kind of utility spells. So it's not really easy for Sumail to play this game.
Radiant's top tower.
Unlike in previous, often in the mid game, this is where Sumail is really shining for his team, kind of opening up the fight and leading the charge. He's trying to do it, but not really able to capitalize on it. The net worth just continues to grow. Sure, it's a 1k lead, but I'm just mainly looking at the Void and the Invoker, the fact that they're continuing to slowly creep away from the cores on Nigma. And Viper also catching up a little bit. Bottom of the 6 cores, sorry. Now sitting 5th.
I think it's going to be a lot of weight on Miracle to prove what he can pull off here this game as the carry Wind Ranger. A bit of an unconventional pick. It's a fun one, but is it going to be an effective one? Well, we'll find out this game.
It's still going to be scary, right? Like, imagine this Windrunner. You buy BKB, naturally you want to get into the middle of the fight, ult someone, and punish them. But now it's just going to be throw a Chrono and a Sunstrike. It's a 1300 HP Windrunner. You're probably going to go down, right? It's like already half HP. So I'm pretty sure Void, as long as there's not a Windrunner available, you're going to be able to kill off this Windrunner.
Yeah, I mean, Miracle is going to go for the BKB, get the blink as well on top of that, so at least have some sort of ability to react to the attempts from Into the Breach to set up on him. You've got to imagine his positioning will be done so in a way that he'll never be the first to show in a fight.
Exactly. He needs his Timber as his Tiny to kind of open up the fight. Even just utilize that Zeus ult. Understand the positioning to then get that perfect entry to the engagement. Vision advantage for Nigma in this 5-on-5.
Let's stand up from the high ground. Kuro is in with the burst. He's trying to take down Kadara. They'll do so. That's the Enchantress gone. So Sumail can go for more with the ultimate. He's a little hesitant though. Close towards the tower. It's hard to chase onwards. So it looks like they will just get the Enchantress and nothing more in terms of kills out of that one.
The main thing there is Nigma was able to force a lot of rotations into the breach, and Miracle was just farming top that entire time. So Miracle's just catching up as well, because Nigma was like, we use our Lycan ult in trade-off of farming elsewhere. But in doing so now, you don't have Lycan ult, you can't really contest Roshan too well. Into the breach, just reading Nigma really well. They don't really have any snipe potential either on Nigma. This
no, not right now.
It's going to be a free Roshan.
Maybe once the blink BKB's there for Miracle, but that, of course, is going to be at a later point of the match. This exact time, into the breach, they'll secure Roshan, get the Aegis on Supreme.
It's really methodical play from Into the Breach. Like, after game 1, I think most people would be counting them out like, okay, there's no way they can match up against Nigma. The speed in which they play around the map, how, like, punishing any wrong TP. But this game, it feels like there hasn't been, like, a bad TP, a bad place on the map that they've played. It's just been really methodical stuff.
Yeah, and there was always the chance that we would see this level of play from them if you consider sort of how Into the Breach has been winning every other series that they have played here in Division 2.
Yep.
It's not like the games that they've won were scrappy. They had some pretty convincing wins against every other team here.
Yeah, the main thing for them, they can't get carried away in this type of game. When you're building up a lead, even though the net worth is not building, the fact that you feel like you're more in the lead, if you ever waste that chrono, you waste that key spell, they don't have layers of team fight in their lineup, so they can potentially get run down and kind of throw away this game potentially. So they need to be careful. Sure, they have the Aegis. The first 20 minutes of the game has been exceptional. They just need to keep themselves calm and keep playing like they have throughout the rest of their Division 2 games.
Very close to having the BKB on Oteka. See top lane Ari. Just going to look for the lead in onto Miracle. They've got the chrono down onto the two of them. That's going to be a dead Miracle. Potentially Kuro in trouble as well. The bashes come out into the breach. Quick to take out the two of them and keep the pressure now onto the tier 2 top at just 21 minutes in. So TP's over towards the mid. Actually going to try and catch Sumail as well. They've got the cold snap and the Viper strike. He's got to run, but the deafening blast, the control, it's there. Into the breach, they pick up a third kill.
He just died. He just popped out and ran mid and just died. Not often have you seen that from Sumail. A little bit of a, yeah.
I get it, just sort of didn't expect the fast reactions there into the breach. The multiple TPs there into the tree line to try and deal with him.
Exactly.
He was ready to rely on the ult to run, but a little bit of control and those stuns through the cold snap and the deafening blast pushback, meaning that you know, you have all the movement speed in the world, but those little interruptions causing the death of him.
Yeah, I just didn't think he expected the cold snap to be so effective there. Like you mentioned with the drum, the force spirit, the alacrity, you throw everything on, some Viper tick damage as well. It really is going to help there. That's an Ogre smash.
He's ready to clear some creep waves here.
Oh, go on, mate. We like to smash with Ogre, because Ogre is our mate.
What's he got? He's hiding. Here we go.
He's good.
How much damage does this do to a creep wave? Is it much?
We're going to see in a second. I mean,
He's got another one in 10 seconds.
Pretty average. It's not the best.
No.
I feel like if you're able to hit that stun, it should insta-kill a creep.
Oh, he's going to die.
No!
He's not even going to get a swing as Ogre once again.
Nah, he will. Will he swing it? He's going to swing it! Come on!
Oh, no. Where is the micro?
Boo.
Where is it? It's not there. He's dead.
God, just like our hopes and dreams.
There we go. We get to relive that beautiful moment once more.
I mean, if you actually get to hit this on a real hero, that should do numbers.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen it hit a real hero, apart from when it's, you know, uncontrolled and in the jungle and you're trying to clear the camps and then it just smacks you in the face. Not really had some good sort of hit, you know, player-controlled action from the Ogre.
I think I saw a clip of Chen having them where they layered it like dum 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 dum. Oh, when you walk up the high ground,
when you chain stun.
I think they started with a Centaur Stomp into like 2 or 3 of these Ogres. There was a lot of smashing happening in that game.
Smoke time from Into the Breach. They do have the ult to the ready. Well, Chronosphere, I imagine, will be back pretty soon, in 10 seconds. But this move actually to be done without Oteka. They'll leave him bottom. And they're just trying to make a play with the 3 of them. And they do have their eyes on mind control. He's got a Yule Scepter. So we'll have some way of trying to escape from this. See what they've got for him on the way back down. They've got the Dispose. They have the Sunstrike. They've made the connection. And they've got the kill.
Yeah, plenty of damage at this stage of the game. And also Nigma, they also TP'd in behind this. They expect him to be a little bit tankier.
So Miracle go for Jibe. See if he has enough damage on his own. He definitely does, but the chrono is there. BKB was off in time, doesn't matter. Taker's got the physical. Miracle there, dying for his attempt at the life of Jibe. Gets the kill, but losing his own. It's only going to mean the gap between him and Oteka continues to grow.
And that was a kill that took over like 7 seconds for the Windrunner to even like get right. It was chipping him down slow and steady. That's your carry. Not really able to even kill off a Viper that's had a really hard game.
Oteka's ready for more. He's going to be able to find GH here. Cold Snap at the ready as well. GH trying to leap away. See Supreme with the Tornado look to set up for more. Nigma Galaxy have to back up underneath the tier 2 tower. He's into the breach, turn up in the mid lane. Continuing to grow that lead now. 3k ahead. So we see Supreme and Oteka continue to hold on to those top spots in terms of farm. These two looking pretty terrifying.
trying to work out where like the net worth disparity is. Like what's keeping Nigma in this contention, right? It's the Zeus has a little bit more gold than the other supports. Kuroki's obviously at the bottom, unfortunately. Yeah, it's just minor gold efficiencies on Nigma keeping themselves relatively in this game. But yeah, into the breach. It honestly feels like they've got like a 10k lead at this point. Whoever they see, they're always going to kill. They're super tanky. We're yet to have this Lycan really show a dominant force.
Oh, look at this. A little bit of spooky ghost action there blocking the camps. Making sure those ancients won't be there to easily farm for Nigma Galaxy.
They're smoking up, but I don't see how Nigma can find a kill right now.
They are tracking Ari here with the Wolf. And they'll look to make a move on him. He's very, very dead there. Nobody to jump over to for safety. We'll see the Ice Wall drop down to try and stop Nigma Galaxy from entering from the river. Oh, pop by sumail into the breach. Doing their best efforts to get back underneath the tier 2. Very effective deafening blast there, pushing back pretty much the majority of the chase. Now it's going to be a little too far potentially. I mean, Mind Control's trying to hold them down with the slow of this chakram, but up until the high ground, it's not going to be a place that Nigma Galaxy will feel safe about diving right now. I mean,
Mind Control's going in.
They are going for it. They're up to the high ground. I mean, they'll get the job done onto Jibei. They take him out. And looks like they will get away with that. All right, they are ready to dive high ground. They may be behind on gold, but Nigma Galaxy, they go in, they take out Jibei, they get out, and no lives are lost on them.
I think they just got a bit tired of the fact that they don't have these cheaper lockdown spells. So when they go for an engagement, it's Kuroki versus the world pretty much. Maybe a shackle shot to boot, but yeah, I like the fact that after chasing so long, that okay guys, they're just going to be on the tier 3s. Let's just dive, because maybe they don't expect us to do it. They didn't, they got a kill.
A very solid dive.
But this is the weakness now of Nigma's lineup. They weren't able to snowball this game from the laning phase because they were, you know, at a disadvantage. And now in doing so, they really just struggled to take some of these team fights into the saves of Marcy, the elusiveness of Invoker Void. It is really difficult now for Nigma to cleanly smoke up and just get a kill. Winner now has completed the Blink Dagger, so BKB and Blink smoking up as well. Into the breach, need to be careful. You can see Nigma, they're hitting their stride of sweeping across the map. Ag's very close to being complete on Zeus, only 150 gold away. This feels like the make or break moment in the game for me, where if Nigma get a couple kills or a wipe, they are going to start trying to choke out this entire map. But if they crumble here, very much into the breach's game.
A miracle. Quick grab onto Kadara with the focus fire. I'll make short work of the Enchantress.
And meanwhile on bot lane, sumail just tickling at these tier 3s, putting a little bit of pressure on two fronts now. Do you defend your bottom tier 3? Do you try and take the fight outside the Roshan pit? Roshan is respawning in 20 seconds. As soon as you see this Viper TP, I wouldn't be surprised Nigma just instantly pivots towards that top jungle.
Yeah, they're going straight for the fight, but Miracle is going to get caught in the chrono. With the Sunstrike down, they'll easily burst through the Wind Ranger. Over to the side, Ari. On top of GH, quickly will save GH. So he gets out of there. And I look to try and TP away Ari. His TP put to a stop. Essence Ring, not nearly enough HP to keep him alive. As Nigma Galaxy, they'll get themselves a second. They did lose Miracle, but that was it.
You can see how Nigma wants to play this game now. It is going to be this constant poke and prod. Have the Lycan with his Helm of the Overlord in one lane, you pressure that side, and then as soon as you see a hero waste their TP, it's run into jungle, try and take that fight. Of course, in this scenario, Miracle being the one running in first, tanking the Sunstrike Chrono right clicks, you are going to go down. But if that was a different setup, different combination, it could have gone potentially a lot better for Nigma. So into the reach, they need to be mindful that split push is the key game now for Nigma. They need to kind of break apart this impenetrable 5-man that Into the Breach can easily wind up if they get into position.
How easy is it for Into the Breach's heroes to deal with the split push?
Invoker's a pretty good hero to do it, but yet to have boots of travel. And outside of that, it's not the best. You've got a Treads on the Viper. Ench, you could argue, can send a creep, but with a Lycan, that creep's going to die pretty quickly. It's not the best, honestly, not the best.
They will catch the
beautiful
setup.
setup.
Nimbus keeping track of his escape. Sentry down, and Miracle's got the angle. That's Supreme out for a long time, 70 seconds. This will give more than enough space for Nigma Galaxy to take a bit more from the map.
And that's the killer mindset Nigma always has. The biggest lead Into the Breach had in this game was like 3k gold, right? And now at this point, you pick out that Blink, they instantly find a kill with that Nimbus as well, getting the Invoker. No buyback, they're going to sweep across the map. They're going to try and waste even bigger spells into the Breach.
Shibek. BKB and TP out. They can't mess around with this.
This is rough, though. Your Invoker dies top dead for 40. Viper's, 9-second BKB used, now cooldown for 77. If you're Nigma, you might even just try and smoke again. Just keep forcing the fight. Really punishing the resources into the breach. Not allowing themselves to set up correctly to utilize the lead that they once had.
They will have the Cataclysm combo when they're back up. Taker having the Chrono ready to go, and the Axe is done on Supreme outside of the base. Kuro catch out Kadaro. Miracle will finish off the job. Taker is going to jump in aggressively. Rivari to take out Kuro. They'll get that kill. Nobody else in Nigma Galaxy able to do anything to save Kuro there.
Ideally, Nigma, they were trying to bait out a Chrono very defensively so that they could disengage, look towards Roshan. But into the breach, they didn't fall for that bait. Mind Control luckily taking away the Aegis.
I mean, they're just going to start the Roshan themselves. They know that if Nigma Galaxy head towards this point, with the Chrono and the Cataclysm combo, they should have a good effort at being able to take a team fight around this area.
And they don't have Nimbus or Thundergod Wrath on Zeus to be able to scout this out. Sure, they just power shotted it.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Not feeling too comfortable to snipe this. Mind Control might go for a...
Yeah, can't interrupt it in time. The Aegis into the hands of a Taker, and they'll actually have the chance of taking out Mind Control. They'll be able to use himself by some time. Did take out Ari. GH there with a finisher with a global.
Oh, meanwhile in the bot lane,
they just lost the melee racks. All right, Sumail having a good time down here. They've got the Chrono back in action. Cataclysm will make sure work on Miracle, or maybe with the Avalanche. No, it's not going to save him. They take out Miracle. They'll lose a lot of heroes in Nigma Galaxy. 4 dead. But Sumail, he was getting the job done down bottom. Takes out a full set of racks with that push.
This is the most dishonest game of Dota that I've seen in Division 2. 100%. Like, Nigma just kind of playing around, poking, doing some stuff. They give away the Aegis. They try and contest it. Sumail is just playing his own little mini-game. Honestly, just playing his own little mini-game of can I take buildings?
I mean, he's going to look to do that again for sure. Get some of these other waves pushed out. Still a tier 2 in the mid lane to deal with. Tier 1 and a tier 2 on the top.
And the respawns are pretty short from Nigma. They have fortification as well. They're going to be able to clear out one creep wave. They might have to use it early due to the alacrity. But they're practically back alive.
They don't want to buy back. And indeed, as you say, they'll be up. They've got fortification. So they'll have a chance of defending their top racks.
No
Chrono will fall.
Yeah, no Chrono for 80 seconds.
They're going to try and stick around into the breach, but yeah, it's hard to make that call with all the respawns coming in. They've got to respect Nigma Galaxy returning. We'll see a jump back in from Otaka.
Sumail's running over too.
Has got BKB and Aegis, Otaka. So even if they do manage to burst him, should be pretty safe in the situation.
Sumail's coming in.
They're going to look to chase Shibe. Ari trying to get him out of it with a dispose, but there's no saving him. Sumail's in on top of him. Huge physical damage and ready to chase for more. Into the breach, they have to back away.
You know, Marcy's a broken hero when you practically run the same speed as a Lycan, pretty much. Very cool. But yeah, into the breach, they need to be so respectful of the way in which Nigma can play this entire map. They were very lucky to get that second Aegis. For as free as it could have been. Nigma potentially could have actually got them themselves, rather than going for the push if they just checked for that Roshan respawn. It was alive when they went for that mid push, but still.
Poor old Kadaro. Miracle's had it out for him every time.
It's the easiest hero for him to kill, to be fair. Outside of maybe Marcy, the rest of them just is awkwardly tanky. AC soon complete on the Invoker.
We're going to see the refresher. Next up for Otaka.
No, I like that. He's already pretty well farmed. Doesn't need any big ticket items, so yeah, just go for that refresher, get the double Chrono.
Kuro's going to have some backup here. Otaka is going to try and continue to chase. We'll jump back over. They'll look for Mind Control instead. With the cold snap, Cataclysm ready to go as well. Buy some time with the Yules up into the sky, but he's still very low here, Mind Control. Tornado, but Otaka is being careful about this one. We'll jump back in with the BKB. Didn't draw up the Chrono, though, so Mind Control able to escape. Otaka's going to continue to move forward towards the back line as they do get on top of Sumail. Another jump at the time walk, still holding back on dropping the Chrono. Wants to look for a big opportunity.
Dicing with death here. Just kiting out the entire time. They don't want to try and commit for the kill because he has the Aegis. And if they ever do overcommit, there's going to be that Chrono turnaround. So yeah, Nigma doing a really good job. not falling victim to that
he's going to
fight.
try and get over towards the back lines. Oh, Kadaro again.
Oh, not again, please, stop!
He gets him every time. Oh, maybe not this time, though.
And a buyback as well.
They want to save Kadaro. Kadaro's like, I've had enough of it. Get back in here and get him off me. And indeed, the movement there will force Miracle to back off. Kuro gets left behind. And this time, Kadaro will live.
I think Miracle was like one item away from always slaughtering Bambi. Looking to go for that Orchid.
I've got the smoke now into the breach because, we saw it last fight, really wanting to try and find that perfect opportunity to drop the Chrono.
And they have vision here. They see Miracle farming, but he's very elusive with the Blink Dagger, the Spider Legs, the Wind Run. They need to make sure they cleanly initiate here.
Ari, he's going to try that. He's in with the Blink, disposed. They're in on top of him. They'll drop the Chrono.
Really nice vision from Into the Breach, allowing themselves to utilize their smoke really effectively. Oh, Microdolph tipping his teammate.
A little bit of cheeky tips
A
there.
little cheeky tip, nice feed.
Between the Nigma Galaxy lads. Miracle, still all smiles here in this game too. He's having fun.
They're smiling because Sumail the entire time saying, don't worry, I can rat ourselves to another Rax if you want. Oh, GH just showed himself for a second and died.
Oh, the bash is there. So I think I'll maybe go for more Sumail. He's already out with the TP. And so on the bottom lane, Kadaro. The one getting left behind once again.
All right, will he die? He has Bull Whip and a Hurricane Pike.
Here we go. Let's see if we get any attacks through from Sumail.
Got the Abyssal Blade.
Oh, easily. Supreme and Ari. Oh, Ari is going to be able to get the grab on this. Supreme puts the BKB out. Taker, he's ready to jump in and help out as well, but mind control's down to the safety of the river with the Timber Chain. Ari will step back in time. Sumail, he's getting bashed. He's got to run. He's got a fair bit of armor. Is it going to be enough to allow him to walk out of this one? It's not. The bashes are there. Sumail will fall.
Gotta love it. A good bash or a cold snap. Something's going to lock down the Lycan.
And Ari with the headband and the ether lens. So cast range for days.
Can we just hover on that rebound cast range for a second? Just really savor it for a moment. No, the dispose one, sorry. I meant dispose, thank you, sorry. My bad. Look at that. What a good hero. Looking forward to when she gets nerfed a little bit. I mean, all four of her spells in their own right probably do warrant some type of nerf.
Let's see what they got here. Taker. 40 seconds on the Chrono, but he has got a refresher if he sees a good opportunity to drop it and go for it. They do get him with a burst. He's incredibly low, but he's able to live.
Nice time walk.
BKB in the time walk. They're just at the final moment to save him. Also, of course, that 20% backtrack probably coming into play, saving him from a bit of damage that probably would have pushed him over the edge.
This is the perfect time for Into the Breach to be aggressive. The Lycan's dead. There isn't this fear of the split push. You can just all in on one direction of the fight. The fact that you have your tier 2 top and mid alive on Into Breach is giving them a little bit more comfort.
Oh, there we go as well. Supreme, he's got the Timeless Relic, so that extra little percentage increase on the output of his Cataclysms is going to feel very nice. I mean, of course, his whole toolkit is going to feel fantastic with the Timeless Relic in his slot.
And we're still yet to see Into the Breach have this refresher from the Void really get used in the big team fight. One Chrono's already insta-killing winner on it pretty much, but two might tip the team fight over the edge. Nigma, they need to be very careful with how they choose their next fight.
Now, Nigma Galaxy, you saw there maybe setting up for the quick jump on anybody who dares step outside of the base alone.
You see from Sumail, he picked up the boots of travel and the like, and he really is going for more of a split push style of game. Again, ideally if you're Nigma, you need to get this top lane in or the mid lane in, get yourself another tier 2, pressure on other racks. Because right now, the game plan for Into the Breach is quite simple, right? Keep this bot lane relatively out, and just run down mid.
And Ari's in. He's going to jump in straight away. Taker's there with the Chrono. Miracle up in the air. But the Cataclysm will slam him down even harder. They will be able to force him out of the side, and with the BKB, he's going to get out. The second Chrono won't catch on to Miracle, only catches Mind Control. Sumail to the side, in with the Abyssal on top of Supreme. Supreme trying to run, but the bashes will catch him. And Taker didn't have the damage output to take Mind Control out immediately. Will still find him. It takes him an extra bit of moments to continue to focus down upon him. And now he has to get out. Taker TP's away, but Jibe and Kadaro left behind. Nigma Galaxy, they'll be able to clean up the fourth of them. Sumail gets the triple. And that time round, Miracle able to survive the Chrono attempts from Otaka, both of them at that as well.
I need to see a replay on that, honestly. The fact that Windrunner... Okay, let's digest this again. So it starts with Ari going for the dispose back. You get the... Oh... So it is the, okay, it simply is just win run on, yeah, okay. He got the win run off, so Void wasn't able to get any right click damage. And then this was the missed chrono here.
I mean, the yours as well, right?
Yeah.
That was very effective.
Oh, so many small things going Nigma's way to keep that win runner alive there. It could have also easily been a toss back, complete dodge of the chrono and whiff, but no, the fact that they're able to disengage Miracle, again, spider legs plus the win run, the speed in which you can disengage and kite away. Very lucky to survive in that chrono, but everything going right. The Yules, like you mentioned.
Yeah, excellent fight from Nigma Galaxy. And now, here comes the push.
But that was like the double chrono. Every single chrono, Winonna's died. This is the first time she was able to survive, and there was 2 of them against all odds to actually win a team fight on Nigma. The second Rax falls there. Anytime you make a mistake, Lycan will just A-click down a lane and delete your base.
Ah, for sure. They lose another team fight, they're probably getting megaed.
Roshan respawning in 30 seconds. Again, this top tier 2. This might keep Into the Breach in the game for quite some time now, because Lycan, he can't just go for the end. If this tier 2 gets deleted in top lane, suddenly, if you leave your base, you might just get megas. Can I get a building damage check on Lycan, please? Oh, okay. I actually thought it'd be a little bit higher. All right, fair play.
All right, we've seen Miracle, you know, focus firing down a few of the early towers.
I guess, yeah, it's the early game for sure. I thought it'd be a little bit more for Lycan. I thought he'd been carrying his team in the building damage. Fair play. Well, taking a Rax by yourself would be something, but alas. Nigma. Feels like they've been playing from behind the entire game. Even with 2 Rax up, they have to be so careful. This is going to be a critical Aegis though. If Nigma can get this, well, any contest, put it on Miracle.
Chrono's back up. 2 Chronos.
They have 2 Chronos. They have a Ninjaga as well. They're scouting out with
They're going to want to have to do. They're going to want to do something about this Into the Breach. The execution has to be perfect. No taker. Scouting out the situation.
Mid and bot wave already pushing in for Nigma as well.
A lot of pressure.
They got to think about the lanes coming in, contesting Roshan, and standing up correctly for the team fight. Well, they just found Miracle. What? Oh my!
It was on his own in the mid. That's Miracle gone. And they'll definitely be ready to continue this fight. Oteka, he's got a second round of the chrono if he wants to. He'll put the refresher. Miracle will buy back. See Sumail get in straight on top of Ari. So take out the Marcy. Mind Control staying in the faces of Into the Breach, but he's caught out by the break, and he's getting taken out by the bashes. Mind Control falls, double kill for Oteka. A 3rd buyback from Nigma Galaxy as they're putting everything into this team fight. There's still a Chronosphere available from Oteka. They've got to respect it. Already Oteka another front.
Boy,
Chrono down, but the blinks there. Miracle able to dodge the Chrono just in time and goes back into run down Oteka with a focus fire. Take him out. As Oteka himself will buy back, but he's coming back into this with no Chrono. As the fight starting to fall apart for Into the Breach, Kadaro sniped to the side by Miracle's power shot. Second buyback now from Into the Breach into a 3rd. Oteka trying to jump back in, but without the Chronosphere, he's so less scarier for Nigma Galaxy. Is a huge amount of buybacks there. We have 4 coming out from Nigma Galaxy, 3 from Into the Breach. But overall, it looks like the buyback's paying off for Nigma Galaxy as they will be able to secure Roshan.
And they're showing the strength of Dire there as well. The fact that their buybacks, they're instantly having both outpost control, top and bot. They're able to TP in without any of this penalties. They're in the middle of the fight. The fact that Miracle was able to kite out that second chrono, blinking away,
I mean, that was
the key thing.
Clutch blink there, and it had to happen. You know, that was the buyback from Miracle. He gets caught by that second chrono. That could be a very tough spot for Nigma Galaxy to be in, but quick reactions. Ready for Oteka to make that second attempt on Miracle's life.
I mean, it looked like it was going to be an absolute disaster, the fact that Winona instantly got picked off at the start of the fight, but yeah, once again, at this stage of the games, having buybacks, being able to get into the fight so quickly, Nigma just kiting out long enough.
That's always been the power against the Chronosphere, the ability to buy back. That long cooldown was Into the Breach. I take 1 minute left until the double Chronos are going to be back. See if Nigma Galaxy is able to do anything with this.
Importantly, Void at least picked up the MKB now, so you're able to eat through some of that evasion of the Windrunner. Just got to connect on the Chronos. It's been the story of the game, right? If you hit the Chrono, you get the kill. If you don't, it just gets infinitely harder. And finally, this top tier 2 has, of course, fallen. So now, anytime Into the Breach wants to make a move, they have to push out the bot lane, the mid lane, They have to protect top in some capacity. They need to be smoking cleanly to find a hero. They don't really have any vision out to entertain this idea as well, so everything that Into the Breach utilized in the early to mid game to build up a lead or some confidence at least in their play has now been stripped away from them. Of course, the tankiness of Timbersaw here just completed the heart minutes earlier. Got to eat through like 5,000 HP and all the armor to boot. He's also going to have an Aeon disc as well. Very nice. Casual Zeus ult. Let's see what's happening. Are they in their base? Yes. Keep them in their base. Okay.
Of course, it gets very tense now for both teams with the amount of buybacks that we used. Even with the Aegis on Nigma Galaxy, they take a rough fight.
They're going for a smoke.
As I say, you know, the buybacks are strong. That's the answer against these Chronospheres. But when you don't have them,
and this is the cool thing as well at this point in the game. Always have a ward and sentry in conjunction with each other. So when a team smokes and throws a ward down, you're getting vision just through the fact that you see the ward being placed. You can then disengage and play accordingly. Don't only just have wards down, of course. You see it quite often.
See Miracle teasing around with them a bit here.
He's got the Aegis, why not? He wants to soak up a Chrono.
He's also got that Aghanims. It's very slippery though. Get the jump in. That's the Aegis gone. First Chrono does a good job. We'll see if Oteka can do something big with the second one. He's going to stand his position and drop it immediately again onto Miracle. That's going to be Miracle out of the game for 2 minutes. So Oteka is going to continue to try for the further cleanup. Looks towards mind control.
Look at top.
Oh, he's going for it, sumail. Here comes the push. Into the breach, they're heading straight over to try and deal with him. Oteka's going to look to come up with the catch. The ult from sumail's going to end in a second, but he's into the trees, goes for the TP out. They won't be able to find him and put a stop to his escape. So sumail, he'll get away. 100 seconds, though, without Miracle.
MKB coming in clutch there. I think Miracle thought he was a lot tankier with the Aegis, the Ags and everything, but the fact that he just 100 to 0'd in one Chrono, you preemptively Chrono on top of the respawn of the Aegis, don't allow for any Blink Dagger shenanigans, and instantly kill him off. I think for Sumo, I think he wished his team was 5 to 6 seconds tankier, relatively, to allow him to get that Mega Creeps top.
I'll see how much they can get done with this. 75 seconds, no Miracle.
But this could have been the game, earlier on when Miracle survived on that sliver of HP. Again, Nigma, clutch plays allowing themselves to keep them in this game, but yeah, Into the Breach. Always been an advantage in the team fight if they can connect on their spells.
I see sumail ready to join mind control to work on that pressure down bottom. Look to force back somebody, or at least some members of Into the Breach to deal with that.
This has to feel terrible if you're Into the Breach.
How do you respond to this? I mean, how many is Into the Breach going to send back? That's going to be the question. Because sumail,
Void already TPing back.
It's going to take up, indeed, start the defense. Back in the mid.
Oh, Sumail's not even kill him.
The bash is there. Oh my goodness, he's able to tumble out in time, but that was quite the damage output from sumail.
But forever awkward, right, for Into the Breach. They use everything to kill Windrunner, but they then don't have the resources to connect on the high ground. You're trying to go high ground into the tiny spam, Zeus spam, Timber spam. Meanwhile, the Lycans forever on your side of the map, pressuring a potential tier 4 or a Mega Creep thing. It is...
That's just a really nice play from sumail to just make sure that even when Miracle is dead, it doesn't mean that Into the Breach can really get much done on the push. He's always going to be there forcing them back, and you can see with his build as well, queuing up the Hex. Once he has that done, you pretty much always have to send at least 2 heroes back. It's not like you can put 1 hero back in that situation to deal with him. If Oteka heads back there, the Hex into the Abyssal Blade, sumail will just straight up kill him.
The fact that Into the Breach have pretty much, this entire game, they've had teamfight advantage. They've had, any time there's a 5-on-5 without buybacks, Into the Breach will win, 9 times out of 10, it feels like. Just constantly just getting dragged around the map and played with.
I would imagine the buybacks are going to be coming back up pretty shortly. There's just under a couple of minutes until we'll see the mass buybacks return.
Oh, I look forward to that teamfight. Everyone having buyback.
Yeah, it's going to happen. We're going to get another round of that. We saw that at least 6 buybacks coming out. If the fight goes pretty even and both teams feel that there's an opportunity to continue to try and push towards their favour. Nigma Galaxy going to try and catch someone out. God's Wrath to scout the opportunities.
They have this 4-on-1
They know that Oteka was pushing up on his towards the top on his own, and He knows they know. BKB and a TP out, and Taker returns to the fountain.
Sumo just playing with them in the bot lane.
He's just getting it with the Lotus Storm. It's there in time.
But
the Chrono as well, and put the refresher. They're locking him down. They're taking him out. Although maybe not. He's trying to run. There's the dispose. Ari's got the range.
But they're losing their racks.
In and take him down. And indeed, this time round, it's Miracle doing the damage. But there's the second Chrono. And it's a big one. We'll catch the two of them. They lose the melee racks top. But they'll keep the range racks alive. The Mega Creeps won't quite be out against them yet. See if they can find Mind Control as well here. They should be able to with the chase. A good few bashes should do it. Mind Control will send Otaka up into the skies with the Yule Scepter. But Otaka will still manage to finish him off. So 4 dead on Nigma Galaxy, but permanent damage done to the base top.
Honestly, I expected that to be a little bit different from Nigma. Traditionally, you want to have your Lycan in the lane of the racks going for the buildings, and then you send so many heroes on the other side of the base just to try and swarm in and take a really weird team fight. But because they did it in the opposite way, the Windrunner, you have to focus fire one building. You don't have the damage to kill off two, so this could have been a Megas creep from Nigma, but in doing so, they're now having to expend so many buybacks, at least 2 of them, to put some pressure onto Into the Breach. But buyback advantage, swing in the way of ITB now. And Roshan, will it be a short respawn? Will it be a long respawn? If you're an Into the Breach fan, you're praying it's like a 5 to 10 second, like a really quick one.
Let's have a look. I feel like we've had... It always tends to be on the longer side of things in games like this, but of course it is completely random.
Gaben
so
is
we'll
a big
see how the
fan.
RNG is today. Either way, it doesn't look like they're set up to move into the pit, even if it is low.
It's going to be like a minute 40.
Let's have a look. I'll go 2 minute 30. Oh, that was a close one there.
But it's a very long respawn.
It is indeed, I'm telling you.
Gaben is a big Nigma fan.
They're always long nowadays.
Yep. All his merch. Poor Rangerak's top. It's going to die to just one Ancient and a couple Wolves.
Oh,
if any creeps go into the base, it's just going to die.
Like pretty precarious there. Somehow. Looking towards the Moon Shard next.
The game doesn't really get easier though for Nigma once they do get the Mega Creeps. They won't have the simplicity of we can chip away at the side. They need to get in for the Ancient, right? And when you're running into high ground, into the Cataclysm double Chrono, it simplifies the initiation for Into the Breach. So even though it feels good for Nigma, it's going to be a hard one to win.
I'm saying this. Are you a little surprised that we're not getting any refresher action from Supreme? I feel like that. Do you not want to capitalize on that Chrono combo with the double Cataclysms, or?
Honestly, not. I don't.
No,
I'd rather him be a bit more of a right-clicking style, like aggressive invoker, just because the Void's are already 100 to 0ing the Windrunner. Like
that's true.
That's not.
You think
really
it's a little bit? Yeah, it was just too overkill.
Exactly.
Unnecessary.
He also doesn't want to lock himself into big cooldowns.
Oh, easy DD. Thank you very much. In he goes. Out he goes. Take that.
Still got the Mask of Madness.
He's going to try and find a fight with this. They'll smoke up the 3 of them.
I mean, the lanes are in an incredible spot, right? Supreme's able to push out top, mid, and bot, already getting kind of close to the river.
And I think, yeah, they've pretty much got all their buybacks. Yeah, they do. Entirety of Into the Breach does have buyback at the ready, so they can afford to look for this sort of play.
But Nigma in a great position, the high ground ward.
They know it's coming.
Mind Control going to soak up the brunt of the initiation.
Oh, there's the start of the fight. They'll look to try and tear through the Timber Store, but it's not going to happen with the Disc Up. They get the jump in. Out to the side, Otaka gets thrown, but he's still able to live. He's been hexed. They're in with the Hex. They're looking down Otaka. They'll take him out. He'll buy back immediately. He wants to try and get back over here. He's going to TP over towards the outpost. Same to be said for Ari. Same to be said as well for Shibe. They're all buying back it on Into the Breach. They want to put everything into this fight. He's going to look towards Kuro. BKB's out in time. Otaka, he'll drop down the Chronosphere. They've caught Miracle. It's Miracle gone as well as Kuroki.
But they have to be careful. They just mass TP back into the fight, and sumail TP's into top.
Oh, yes, Sumail. He's ready to run down that top lane. He was starting to think about it. Looks like he might not get the opportunity to go for it straight away. Knows that there's still a second Chronosphere in play with the refresher being popped by Otaka. So he'll back off. Roshan is up, of course. So there is a window now. Nigma Galaxy, 2 heroes down. Miracle does have buyback, but it would be a pretty tough call to buy back to try and contest this Rosh. So probably going to be Into the Breach getting their hands on this one.
And this is a big Roshan. The Axe, the Refresher, the Cheese, the Aegis, everything that they need. And now at this point of the game, this whole split push mentality that Nigma's subscribed to for the last 20, 30 minutes, it is just kind of a bit understood. The speed in which they can go from fight to defending.
And Ari is able to poke out the on-disc reaction from GH. Nothing to be done here to stop them from getting this Roshan. So 3 buybacks on the sidelines, but they'll be the ones to play on with the Aegis.
Trying to go for the Lycan in top. He has BKB.
Let's see if he can run.
Is he going to run for the racks?
Ooh.
Oh!
A little bit of a whiff chrono there from Oteka. As that, it kind of wasn't even close. I mean, Sumail goes for the CP out. He'll live. He's out of there.
Honestly, I was waiting for the cheeky play, which was he missed chrono, and I had BKB running. I'm just going to beeline it for the range racks. But maybe that was a little bit optimistic. Nice juke in there from Sumail, at least.
That would have been a big catch, but Oteka not quite able to find it. Does have the holding onto the refresher shard, so ready to get that chrono back online if they want to try and push for an opportunity to fight.
A lot of pressure on this Void. Some of these chronos, hard to hit. Of course, you're playing up against the elusiveness of the Windrunner. Sure, the previous one, he just kind of whiffed on the like and it happens, but
it's going to get
entire weight of the world is on his shoulders.
Ari, I think he's probably dead here with the damage from the Bloodthorn. They can quickly tear through a single target. Miracle makes short work of that, but Supreme, he's actually going to jump in. Is he able to get the Hex off? We'll see Mind Control trying to save him with the Wind Waker, but Miracle will get the BKB and the Wind Run off, but they have the detection and they've got the True Strike. As Oteka takes Miracle down, he's out again for 100.
And this time now, Sumail in the bot lane, he's not showing, he's only using the creeps. He just wants to have one opportunity where he can get this range racks. The thought of mega creeps on their side is going to give them a little bit more breathing room. It's not going to simplify the game though. Into the Breach are just so much stronger.
They are.
In the team fights.
I mean, we're seeing, these bigger items are coming out and we're getting close to 60 minutes as well. Soon Oteka.
And look at Jibir as well. He's already pre-TPing back.
Sumail is going to try for this.
He's got the Abyssal as well.
And he's got the Nimbus. Kuro as well with the Avalanche. They'll get the job done. They're able to take Supreme out. Questions if they can get out there. Oteka pots the refresher shot this time around the Chronosphere. It won't miss. He's in, catches Sumail as they'll punish him.
Key thing there is, of course, they killed off the Invoker, so now you have mirroring respawns.
And that was, actually, he was able to wait until the refresher came out back up, so he still has the refresher shard.
And that's a big win, though, right? If you're Nigma, you put the Invoker on the side lanes for 90 seconds, which means this Aegis is now also going to be delayed pretty much effectively for 90 seconds. It's such an awkward game.
I mean, this is what you want to see, though, some 60-minute action.
But it really shows...
It's a close one.
Yeah, it shows the discipline, right, of Into the Breach, at least. Like, this is a game that a lot of teams would fold under, the pressure of the like and the constant pick-off potential, but they've been able to keep themselves into it. A really respectable performance.
Oh, absolutely. I think, a lot of people, tuning in from game one, from what they would have saw there, they would have been like, all right, this is just going to be an easy day in the office for Nigma Galaxy. But this game, too, Into the Breach, as I say, the other team in Division 2 outside of Nigma Galaxy to be able to go 6-0 so far, absolutely showing us what they've been able to impress with so far from their performances. They're bringing it out here against Nigma Galaxy with definitely a chance to be able to walk away with this game too. But
and think about the confidence boost you'll get if you're Into the Breach. You're able to take a game off Nigma. Maybe, of course, game 3 is a whole other story, but if you're able to do it.
I mean, they're only sitting with that range racks. As you say, mega creeps aren't the end of the world for Into the Breach. They can deal with them, but it's never going to feel nice. What do we got here?
I love that. Take a pauses. Yep. Okay, that's fair play. They do give an honest reason. Okay. Ooh. I was worried it was going to be the...
Real life? What's that?
Ooh. I mean, maybe, Mum...
Maybe for the what do you call it?
The show match?
The show, that's the word.
Yeah, I got you.
The show match, yeah.
All right, let's understand where we're at again. So, Into the Breach, better team fight. Literally won every team fight for the last 20 minutes.
Yep.
Nigma, unable to really contest anything. Split push in the map. Miracle, not tanky at all.
Yeah, Kronos will still kill him. I mean, he's... is it worth buying, some sort of Eon disc? Or, is there anything you can really do? Or is it just going to be down to the Blink Dagger dodging?
Honestly, I'm surprised he hasn't gone for one.
Okay.
At this stage of the game... he's got a wand at 58 minutes. I don't think the extra 190 health's really going to help him too much. Let's throw that in the bin, mate. Let's get an Aeon Disc in the mix.
I mean, it will definitely change it out for his next time. It's just going to be a question of what he wants to go
for an Aether Lens instead.
Ooh, okay. So, probably going to go for the full Octarine, right?
Yeah.
Bit of cooldown reduction. It's nice for the spell spamming.
I think the argument that Miracle might be having right now is when he gets caught by one chrono, he's going to get taken down by 2. So Aeon Disc isn't going to help you from both of them. But counter-argument, I'd say, I think forcing 2 chronos to always be thrown on top of you will naturally allow for more time to be bought to open up the rest of the fight. But again, it's very difficult.
Let's say if you get caught in a chrono, But and let's say Chrono gets dropped down, Miracle's able to blink dodge it. If he has sort of the extra cast range of the Ether Lens, is he blinking far enough that like if Oteka pops Refresher, Time Warps and Chronos, I guess he's still going to catch him, especially right when Oteka has the level 30, because he's got some big Chronos with this extra plus 140 AoE. So even with the increased range of the blink, Oteka's still going to catch you. So it's going to be difficult for Miracle to dodge the plays, because we've seen so far this game, Oteka, he's pretty much got it out for Miracle every single team fight, right? He's not dropping that Chrono for anyone else.
Yeah, pretty much. And I like what you mentioned though about the blink cast range. I think that's one of the key things that you have to think about here. Oh. They know he's there.
They know he's around, but of course these two, they don't have the ability to carry detection themselves. Oteka, he'll find Miracle here with the Chrono.
Instant refresher.
Yeah, ready to have that second BKB charge in case there was any chance of Nigma Galaxy going for a fight on him. And just so he has the benefit of putting on the refresher on cooldown straight away. Ooh. Knowing that with Miracle dead for 90, it's not like he's going to need the back-to-back Chronospheres again for quite some time with Miracle out of the game.
It's 60 minutes, Owen. Let's see what we get.
Okay. There's the Stygian Desolator. As I said, not a bad one at all for Nigma Galaxy. If Sumail wants to take that, it's going to be like a decent upgrade from the Penta Edge, I think.
Force boots. Okay, all right. Nothing crazy, but... Is there anything you really need to dispel? Not really. So, okay. Casual one. A nice mirror shield.
Mirror shield.
Very good against the Windrunner, right?
Very good as well against this Hex Abyssal
Exactly,
Lycan.
yep.
Who are they going to give that to? Probably the Void, right? Yeah, Oteka. So he's now got that. So even harder for them to get the jump on Oteka's Void now.
Oh, and...
Top lane, that's the Dead Supreme.
That's very Dead Supreme.
I mean, Oteka's coming up. He does have a Chronosphere if they want to try and make a fight out of this. And he's going to drop it just for GH. See if they can do more with this, though. Not going to be the biggest of kills. Yibei's trying to make work on towards Mind Control. Will force out the reaction from the Eon Disc. And now with the backup, they're going to continue to go for it. Supreme's actually going to buy back for this fight.
Has to defend the base. Sumo again pressuring in the bot lane.
And Mind Control will get caught by the bash on the Timber chain across them. That's him gone. Gleipnir catching out Kuro on the escape. They'll get all of the kills out of this top lane.
Again, Sumo just wishes he could get into the base, but one Invoker buyback just completely stunts the ability to try and get the rat online.
There's the refresher.
Have we picked up any other
this time around he actually put the refresher shard right. So he has got the Chrono ready for this high ground push. 3 dead on Nigma Galaxy. They have all got buybacks. We'll see Mind Control come out with his first.
And Book of the Shadows on the Windrunner, so potentially, if you're quick on the fingers, you might even be able to dodge a little bit of damage inside that Chrono.
That's true. That could be nice to save yourself against the Chrono. As Ari is in with the lead in. I mean, Miracle's in trouble. See the Wind Waker trying to buy a chance here for Miracle, but it's not going to keep him safe long enough. As Miracle goes down, into the breach, they'll back off. They're able to force out those 3 buybacks from Nigma Galaxy. Oteka jumping again. Refresher in 44 seconds. Till then he won't have a Chrono. Ari will get the grab back. Oteka going in towards GH. Again, used the Wind Waker here to keep GH safe. I think the Galaxy, they're trying to chase us down. There's a gem on the floor. That'll be picked back up. TP's back to the base here. They've got to deal with the fact that Sumail's going to start pushing him once again.
Just wants to try and get in, but he just can't.
And Kadaro.
Oh, Ari found him.
He won't make it out. GH is able to put a stop to the TP. Kadaro get to live a little longer with the HP, but he'll still die. And meanwhile, back down bottom into the breach, able to deal with the push attempt from Sumail.
All right, so big takeaways from this. A lot of buybacks from Nigma, didn't lose a rack.
Yeah,
At this point of the
buybacks.
game, racks don't really matter. You're so farmed, it doesn't matter. Mega creeps don't really matter. But into the breach, used fortification. So now, if Nigma can get into the base.
Gonna see the buyback here, Supreme. He's gonna put the BKB lead in. Again with the Yules and the Wind Waker, they're able to keep Kuro safe. Refresher's popped Oteka's in, he's looking for a Chrono opportunity, but the Avalanche will slow down the...
He got Miracle,
He gets him right on the edge, Cataclysm coming down, Miracle will fall out of the game for 2 minutes. But the drag back as well. On to Kuro. It's the second one dead, 2 out, no buyback now for Nigma Galaxy. It's Mind Control. He's got to try and draw their attention away from the base. Create as much space as he possibly can to try and keep this game alive for Nigma Galaxy. He's got the Wind Waker. They will continue to chase him. They really want to try and get this kill
for it
before they push for Void DD straight down the mid.
But they have the TPs. They always have the TPs.
And that's Mind Control dead for sure. Oh, maybe the Eon Disc is back online just in time. He's going to try for the TP out, but surely there's a bash. There is. First hit bash. Mind Control won't be able to escape. Oh, mate, he's certainly making them work for it. Up in the air he goes with the Wind Waker. He's over the trees. Mind Control, he's going to continue to live. He's actually able to make it away from them.
But Kadara and Jibe, they're just going for the end.
They are. They're onto the tier 4s, down bottom. Supreme trying to control Sumail. Sumail's keeping the creep wave pushed in. They're onto the Ancient here into the breach. Jump forward from Oteka. GH trying to hold them back. Sumail, he's going to go for the base race. He's onto the tier 4. But the damage is being done to the Ancient of Nigma Galaxy. They have fortification. They're trying their best to hold Sumail. He'll get the wolves out. He's trying to push on. He'll take out the tier 4. The Ancient is exposed, but the fortification comes to the end. Into the breach. They'll be able to get the win.
They were so close to doing it. Into the breach though. Resilience the entire game. Not falling victim to the split push. Always keeping just track of where Sumail was. Not allowing him to get inside that base. And at the very end as well, the buyback from Invoker just stalling out. Like, they didn't have fortification. If it was Lycan plus any other hero hitting that base, probably would have been a different story. But they were never able to cancel TP. So yeah, an incredible game from Into the Breach. The first loss of Nigma in this DPC. They finally have not fallen the whole series, they've fallen in games at least. 1-1, we're going to a game 3. Winner will be the best in Division 2.
That's true, yeah.
And a lot of confidence going into TI qualifiers. So if you're Into the Breach, the fact that you beat Nigma, impressive stuff.
It's definitely going to feel pretty good, and especially in a game right when he gets to that point. I mean, of course, it was going to be difficult for Nigma Galaxy at that sort of 60-minute mark. You know, they're playing with, you know, Miracle on the carry, Wind Ranger, not sort of your traditional late-game carry. What we got?
Miracle finished 10, 16, and 14.
That
is one of the hardest scorelines I've ever seen Miracle on. 10, 16, 14.
I mean, I've taken you exactly what to do.